Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Wednesday morning and we had some big stories on the show for you. Of course, we spoke about the UAE condemning the shooting in Oman. The new residents' shift to property ownership. We spoke about rents rising, of course we did, and Her Highness Sheikha Mahra announces her divorce.
And so if you have missed the episode, we go in podcast form. So subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcast from and enjoy.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country and the region is talking about. Our top story today, the UAE condemns the Oman shooting that claimed 9 lives.
As well, MOHRE introduces a hotline to report summer midday break violations.
Dubai's new residents are shifting to property ownership amid rising rents.
And as well, Her Highness Sheikha Mahra announces her divorce.
Also, later on in the show, Nora and Khalid's drone show gender reveal is a regional first. We'd love to get your thoughts on that.
It's 283 days since the genocide began on October 7 in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 38,713 and the number of injured people is 89,166 and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
In today's rapid weather report, highs of 40 degrees Celsius and humidity is at 72%. Which means it's sticky weather out there. Stay hydrated. Let's jump into our top story for you today. The UAE condemns the Oman shooting that claimed 9 lives. The UAE has strongly condemned the shooting incident in a mosque courtyard in Wadi Kabir in the Sultanate of Oman, which led to deaths and injury to several innocent people. The UAE also expressed solidarity with all measures implemented by Oman to protect its security and stability.
In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs affirmed the UAE expresses its strong condemnation of these criminal acts and its permanent rejection and all forms of violence, which undermines security and stability and endanger the lives of the population and as well the contravention of international law.
The statement conveyed the condolences of the Secretary General of the Arab League to the Sultanate government and people and to the families of the victims, wishing them speedy recovery.
Local commentator Hassan Al-Sajwani said, "What happened in Oman is very sad. This was not just an attack on a mosque, it was an attack on the entire humanity. Places of worship would never come under influence."
Under violence, and of course our heartfelt condolences to our brothers and sisters in Oman. May they rest in peace. We're going to jump into our next story, an announcement that came via MOHRE.
Well, MOHRE introduces a hotline to report summer midday break violations. The Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratisation has released a hotline to report midday break violations in summer. And so if you spot any violations, you should contact the MOHRE on 600-59-0000 or through the ad complaint service on the MOHRE website or application.
This midday break was initiated from June 15th to September 15th. What it means is it prohibits outdoor work in the UAE from 12:30 p.m. until 3 p.m. We know how hot it is. It's hot right now and it's 8:30. So the purpose of this is to make sure to maintain the health and safety of workers. Now, what's happened, and the reason we're reporting this to you is because every now and then, as a community, you'll send stories with us saying people are violating these companies, for example, are violating these rules. Now, what you can do is you yourself can call this hotline, say the location, and the authorities will go down to make sure they'll check up on what's happening. So that hotline is there for you to give them a call.
Agreed. And as well, the rules were made because it is very inhumane for workers to work during that specific time because it's, as you said, it's really hot. So when we do see that some workers are actually working, you can, I would say, contribute in a humanely way and report that because it will as well benefit the workers. Maybe their boss is not aware of the rule. Hopefully not, because
it's absolutely illegal.
It's all over. So it is all over. And you know what? Maybe like a pinch of like, hey, this is like an attention. Maybe putting it to their attention through a complaint.
Right. You can call the hotline and say what's happening. Speaking of what's happening, Dubai property prices are rising.
Yes, you guys, rent prices are going up. And so in light of that, Dubai residents shift to property ownership amid rising rents. Now, new residents in Dubai are increasingly transitioning from renting to owning properties in Dubai to mitigate rising rental costs and establish long-term residence plans. Now, thereby, aiding in the absorption of new market supply.
As we know, population growth continues to drive rental activity. We saw rents surging by 31% in early 2024 due to strong demand, which has led to shortages in both affordable and luxury housing segments.
Now, the trend towards home ownership is supported by high rental prices, of course, relaxed visa rules, and ongoing population growth, indicating a shift towards stability and investment in Dubai's real estate market.
I feel anyone's pain who is currently trying to get an apartment in this rental market. I saw 6 new apartments yesterday, and they're just, the prices are like... I'm trying to get a place in the next couple of weeks. They say prices dip in summer. That is not true. The trend of the city quieting down during the summer, getting slightly more affordable, that has not happened. So would we look to buying an apartment? Maybe, but it's just so tricky because everything, it feels peak. True. Across the board, but I do see that the rents are so high that if you're in that position, it does make more sense to maybe shift to buying.
I honestly feel you because as well, I told you that we are moving, and when the moment you open Bayut or Property Finder or anything, and you just look for an apartment, it's like, since when this apartment that was priced at that price now doubled or even tripled the price?
Absolutely.
And even the houses that we are living in, the prices of rent are increasing. I have my family, my uncle, his building. They rise up the price by between 5 and 10%. And he's like, oh my God, he doesn't know what to do because they as well want to move. They were they're a family with 3 boys, and back then, before my cousin was studying outside of the country, and he finished his studies and he came back, and now the 3 boys live in 1 room. There is certainly a shift, and I'd love anyone who's watching right now to give us your experience of property in Dubai. I know so many people who've moved locations, so many people who've downsized, and it's just the general shift. Now, we're lucky that there are options available to us a little bit further out, and luckily I think the buildings that seem to be not as central are actually newer. So even if you're shifting out, you have it's still like a nice accommodation. True. It's just that prices are high. So what we have been fortunate enough with lower prices for the last couple of years, it's just not the case anymore. It's not the case anymore. And as well, I saw a report yesterday that said people who thought that moving to Sharjah is cheaper, it's not cheaper anymore. In fact, right now, Ajman is the cheapest. So if you are going to go live in Ajman, it's going to be really, I would say, hectic to everyone who works in Dubai. Sharjah, fine, it's maybe a 90% of a problem if you work in Dubai. But if you live in Ajman and you work in Dubai, that's not even a 90% of a problem. That's 150% of a problem.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you want to think about it in this way, right? If you live in Sharjah, because you think that in Sharjah rent prices are lower.
Right.
They have gone up high as well.
Okay, so Ajman is the next option.
So now Ajman is the next option. And if you live in Ajman, it's even further than Sharjah. So, and imagine you work in Dubai, that would be a disaster.
Well, I mean, some people do need to do it. However, time on the roads, you have to weigh that out. But sometimes you just don't have the option.
But also, I think, you know what I mean? I think for people who would pay monthly for rent, instead of paying monthly for rent, keep the money and pay monthly for a house. True,
but that would be the fair argument, but you have to make sure that you've got the deposit and the rental fees, which is a big one. And then also, if we're at top of market and you purchase at top of the market, then
you're losing.
Well, potentially, we just don't know the way it's going to go. But I think that I think we bet on this city. I think that anyone who's lived here long enough and watched its growth and believe in its growth and believe that we're still in growth phase, that it might be a good time. I mean, the real estate agent guys tell it's the right time, but Who's to know? We want to jump into our next story. Just a quick shout out. After the Virgin Mobile power outage, they have done something sweet for their customers. So we spoke about it yesterday on the show. There was a 3-hour power outage for Virgin Mobile customers. And we spoke about how it affected people differently depending on what they do for work.
And in a show of respect towards their customers, Virgin Mobile issued an apology in which they will be crediting all their customers with a 5 GB of free data.
So they put that little message, people said to us on DM saying, we're sorry, we really mean it. And I like that. I like when something happens and people are upset and they get in touch and it feels like you're calling a hotline for 3 hours and no one's listening. Even if 5 gigs of data is not great in the grand scheme of things, it probably covers the 3 hours if you were like furiously interneting. And I think it's a nice respect to your customer. I think if this happens on more than one occasion, a customer would get seriously peeved. But if it happens once and it's acknowledged and they make a mistake and they rectify it, I think it's great.
I agree with you. And as well, you know what, I like the fact that they used the right equation to a problem that happened. And I think we as well can learn from them in a way. Like if something, let's say, wrong things might happen on your day-to-day life, at work, with your partner, with your family, with anyone really. So if you like take a moment, as they did, like step back, recognize the issue, now think of like ways to solve the issue and maybe compensate for it. And that's what they did. I think it's a perfect equation.
Yeah, really nice. I agree.
Times. So I think they did a great job, and the free 5 GB is just like perfect, because people who had the Virgin Mobile and still have the Virgin Mobile, they will feel like, you know what, they are heard, they're seen,
Oops.
Which is what people want to. You know, you would want to be seen, you would want to be heard. You know, you would not want to be like, oh my God, yeah, my complaint is ignored.
Exactly, and I think they did just that. It's 8:42. We're going to jump into our next story. Her Highness Sheikha Mahra announces her divorce. The daughter of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum posted the announcement on her Instagram page last night.
Well, Sheikha Mahra has deleted all pictures with Sheikh Mana, and they have unfollowed each other as well on Instagram.
Her Highness Sheikha Mahra's announcement came a little over a year after they got married and just over a month after their first child was born. Of course, we wish them all the best as they move forward from this. Speaking of couples, we had big news last night of a video going viral of Nora and Khalid's drone show gender reveal. Now, this was a region first.
While like a countdown for the new year, top local creator couple Nora and Khalid held a countdown to the drone show to reveal the gender of their baby that is on the way.
The couple shared the sweet video saying, "We both can't wait to welcome our baby to this world. You're a miracle on your own, mashallah, our symbol of love."
Well, they as well added, by the way, this was the first ever gender reveal drone show in the Middle East, and I can't find the words to describe how beautiful, intimate, and personal this moment was. I watched it today morning and I was like, that's beautiful, that's amazing. And she was crying, and as well she was crying even before the gender reveal, because someone from the group who was there, I think what's his name? Ghais Marwan and his wife Sarah were talking to her, and she was like crying. The fact that, you know, she's gonna figure out the gender of her baby, which is like beautiful.
Can I ask, because I watched it and I was blown away by their reaction, their response. Do you know if it's going to be a boy or a girl?
Yeah, it's a girl.
It's
a girl, you guys.
I think I got blown away by the whole response, the reaction, that I just like sipped over. Okay, so they're having a baby girl.
They're having a baby girl, and it's very cute because like the drone show took more than 3 minutes. I remember Sarah was like, "Hey, I am holding my phone, and it has taken like more than 3 minutes." And later on, after 3.5 minutes, it says girl, because it showed the story of their love.
Wow.
You know, it was like the Palestinian flag because it's Palestinian, and the Moroccan flag because she's Moroccan, and then as well like the ring that he proposed to Nora with, and as well when he proposed to her, and then later on when she got pregnant, and then towards the end, it's a girl.
It's so extra, like it's so amazing, and I think only influencers can really get away with this type of stuff. Like they are when you speak about life celebrations, people kind of tend to follow what they do, you know, and it's like they go peak and they go big, and then the rest of us just live our lives. But I think it's so spectacular, and I just don't think you'd see it anywhere else. And we love them. We've had them on the show here before, and they're so open to conversation. They're so open to talk about the realities of their lives, which I really love about them. And now they're bringing a baby girl into the world. How lovely.
As well, I want to know, how can anyone who has done a gender reveal maybe hold their, I would say, patience to not know what the gender of the baby is? Because if I was pregnant, I would be, and I have like the envelope with me that tells me what the gender of my baby is, I would die and not open it.
My partner doesn't want to know.
What?
He doesn't want to know.
Oh my God, that's a different level. That's a different level, Casey. I would never tolerate that. I can't. I am so impatient. I would be like, let me just see. I just like peek.
Anyone watching right now, do you think would you want to know in advance?
Would you?
Or would you open the envelope?
I would want to know at the doctor's office.
Why?
Because I have no patience. And I admit that. And it's okay.
I think it makes sense to know for planning purposes. Like whether as in, if there's going to be a room, would I paint it yellow? Would I paint it pink? Would I paint it blue? Like all the cute things that you want to buy and all the gifts and things. Maybe you don't do shopping in advance because maybe that's tempting fate. But I think planning purposes I'd want to know, but I don't think I'd feel strongly enough about it. And if Dale wants to wait, then it looks like I'll be waiting.
What's your ideal gender reveal? Cake?
A healthy baby with it, like a cake. No need for that. Just the envelope, I think, is adorable. A private moment.
Guys, I put Casey on spot.
No, but I just mean like I don't. I think these spectacular gender reveals, they work for influencer couples who are quite extra, but on a personal level for me, I would just like to know that I'm having a healthy baby in an envelope.
I would want cake.
With the colour?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's...
Because I don't know. Maybe a healthy, yummy cake would be amazing. Yeah. I don't know.
It'd be amazing on any day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But honestly, I cannot wait for your gender reveal one day. Hopefully.
Let's just, exactly. 8:48. What a show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always. We love to see your comments coming through. SK says, great energy in the morning. Well, it's 2 espressos for me. And how do you do it?
Well, good sleep.
Good sleep.
Music in the car.
Yeah.
Because it makes me it types me up. I'm like, whoa, yalla, let's go.
Actually, with your family?
Yeah, I actually do listen to music.
Radio or Spotify, or what do you?
I actually use Anghami because I love Anghami. I don't know, I'm an Anghami girl. I've tried Apple Music, I've tried Spotify, but I don't know, I'm an Anghami girl.
Fair.
So, I don't know, and it's just like any music, any kind of music. My parents like to prefer to listen to, Fairuz. I'm like, how is this going to get me the energy that I need? It's not going to get me energy. I want music.
I have no doubt that you win that. So that's how we do it. And Gami tunes for Farah and plenty of espresso for me. 8:49, guys. It's Wednesday. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
Bye-bye.